How is it going, everyone? In today's video we will be using how to encrypt and decrypt files using Open Pgp. In order to install Open Pgp, we need to use this command on Mac. If you're using Linux, then you need to use these following commands: sudo get install. Alright, so I will be using Mac and Linux in order to demonstrate how to transfer files and not to transfer, but in order how to encrypt and decrypt files. Alright, so let's go ahead and start. So if you want to know more about how to use OpenPGP, JPG, then you can use manual. As you can see, there are tons of information here, but you might feel a little bit overwhelmed, so you are well enough with using this command as it sums up all the basic necessary commands you might need. Alright, so let's go ahead and generate our public and secret keys. So JPG full generate key. Alright, so I'm going to choose font, so you can Google what has differences between RSA, DSA and the ECC. These are different algorithms, strength level almost the same, I believe, but just ECC is being the newer one, if I'm not mistaken. It uses less storage, less bits to encrypt more data, but anyways, I'm going to go with the first one. Okay, so this is the encryption bits. So the less the bits are, the less encrypted, and the higher it is, the more secure. This is idea, but I'm going to go with default. It's quite enough for me, and you can set expiry date for your public key, so that like it expires after a set number of days. But if you are using your public key, if you're gonna be sharing your fingerprints on your business card, then you're gonna go with indefinite doesn't expire method. Okay, so just go with 0 and yes, confirm, yes. Let's put a name, goes Russell, okay, and email address russell@mail.ru. okay, comment from Mac, okay. And yeah, we don't need to change anything. Let's go with okay, and let's set a passphrase. So you need to set a strong passphrase that you shouldn't forget, otherwise you can't access your secret key, meaning that you will not be able to encrypt your data received from other people. So you should be sure to back up to hard storage. Alright, so now we have created our public key. This is our public key. Also, it created our secret key. This is our ID, or this is our ID. We can use both as our ID, and it should have been here from Mac, but it became from Mac. It is my typo mistake. So we don't have expiry date, otherwise it should have shown in here. Okay, now what we need to do is to send this public key to another computer, so that we can establish communication with them, yeah, and start to encrypt the files. So for this we need to use this command, export armor and your ID. So our ID, you can use your email, you can use your key fingerprint, yeah, this, or you can use your name. So let's go with name, Russell, and going to store it as machine1.asc file. So you can use export without this armor command, but it would store your public key as a binary. But if you use this armor command, it stores your public key as ASCII file, so which is easier, more convenient for others to read, to share. And if you are going to use the key server, also some of the key servers ask you to submit your public key as armored version. All right, so let's go ahead and machine 1. Okay, so if you go machine 1, our public key is saved in here. So what we need to do is to send this public key to another machine, or to another person. So if we just see what this thing is, this is the encrypted file, encrypted public key. As you can see, this is public key. Let's use a file command, machine machine1.ac PGP public key block public key, old version, because we used the first choice of algorithm, RSA and RSA. If you had used the ECC version, you wouldn't have seen this message. But anyways, so just to see, probably you have seen this structure over the internet. If you go to some of the websites, you see such kind of a structure. This is a public key. This is now our public key. So let's send this to another computer. In my case, I will be using my Linux operating system as for the demonstration. So let's go ahead and send this public key to the Linux. Alright, now I have changed to my another computer. I'm going to be using my Linux operating system. So for this, I'm going to use Kali Linux. I have installed Kali Linux as a Windows Subsystem. If you want to know how to install Linux as a Windows Subsystem, then I will be leaving a link in the description, and I believe you can also access via the link on the top right corner of your screen. So let's go ahead and open. So I have already generated a public and the secret key that belongs to this computer. So JPG list keys here. As you can see, I have generated the key, public key here, Peters, associated with Peters at mail.ru. And also I have transferred the public key of MAG, the machine 1, computer 1, to this computer. So let's access. So as you can see here, I have machine 1.asc. So let's import it. Import machine 1.c. Alright, so now the Russell from Mac, Russell at mail.ru imported. If we see the list of the keys, now we have 2 keys. So now it is time to encrypt some kind of file and send it over, and let's see how it goes, right? So in order to do this, I'm going to create one text file. So let's go ahead, create a text file. So we don't have any text file here, so let's create touch test.txt. Okay, it is created. It's in here. Now let's write some file in it. This is a test file, from Linux machine from Peters. All right, so all right, yeah, so as you can see, this is a test file from Linux machine or from Peters. Now let's encrypt this file and send it to Russell or to Mac or to machine 1. So in order for this, we use encrypt Let's set the recipient. You don't have to set a recipient, but if you set a recipient, only that individual will be able to encrypt your encrypted file. All right, so let's go ahead. So let's set up ID. So who are we going to send it? So if you remember, the ID of the machine 1 as ID of Mac was Russell, so let's set a Russell. Yeah, so and sending what we are sending test text file. Let's encrypt it. So it's going to give us a warning. So are you sure this person is the real person written here? So it's gonna give us always such kind of warning. But if you don't want to get warning, you can set a trust level for this person. Yeah, and once you set a trust level, it doesn't give us such kind of warning. So yes, all right, let's check. So now we have test.text.jpg file. Now let's send this file to our Mac and try to encrypt it. All right, also let's send our public key to Mac so that we can send any encrypted file from Mac to Linux as well. So export armor. Yeah, so our public key ID is Peters. So we are going to name our public key as machine 2. Yeah, so now we are going to send two files, machine2.asc and the test.text.jpg to our Mac. So now I have transferred the encrypted file and the machine 2 Linux computer's public key to my Mac. Also, as we can see here, now we have machine 2 and the test.text.jpg. So what we are going to do now is to add this machine 2's public key to our public key ring. Alright, so in order to do this, we do jpj import machine2.asc. Okay. I made a mistake there. Machine 2. Okay, now it's imported. As you can see, Peters public key, Peters at mail.ru imported. Let's see the list of our keys here. Sorry. As you can see, now we have Russell. This is our own key, belongs to Mac, and this is the public key of Linux. Alright, so let's clear this out. And now it is time to decrypt this text file. So for this we go decrypt, yeah, so the test.text.jpg file .jpg. Alright, so it's going to ask us our passphrase that we set for the Russell public key ID. So let's go ahead and type it. Alright, now as you can see, the encrypted file has been outputted to the terminal. This is a test file from Linux machine or from Peter's. Yeah, if you don't wanna output the encrypted decrypted file result to the terminal, then you can use jpg, just jpg test.text.jpg, right? So it also applies to non-ASCII, non-text files. It also applies to also binary data formats. Now it is encrypted and stored to our disk storage. As you can see here, now we have a test text. It wasn't there before. Yeah, so cat test. Now as you can see, this is a test file from Linux machine from Peter's. Anyways, thank you very much everyone for your attention. I will be doing a full detailed video in the future, so stay tuned. Make sure you are subscribed, and please hit thumbs up. It means a lot to me. Thank you very much.